Okay, so I'm here with an impromptu fabric haul. And I know what some of you all might be thinking, like, Chardonnay, I thought you said you were in a no-buy season. Well, I am, but luckily enough for me, I got all this fabric for free. And some of it was gifted to me from a friend, and the other half I actually went to a fabric swap. If you're not familiar with fabric swaps, pattern swaps, I do have another video here on my channel where I share with you all my first time going to a fabric and a pattern swap. I recently went to a fabric swap and I came across a ton of fun fabrics, which I'm going to share with you all in a bit. And then also one of my friends, she just got back from India and she was like, hey, let's hang out, let's catch up. And she also gifted me some fabric that she got from India. So I'm really excited to share with you all the goodies that I have. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's start with the fabric that I got from my friend. She bought me back a lot of silk fabric, which, y'all, I had no idea. Like, I've never really sewn with silk before. I've mainly sewn with polyester blend, and I'm kind of nervous. If there's anything I should know about silk, please let me know before I cut into these because yeah, anyways, we spent a lot of time just like chatting. She shared with me a lot about the origin of where these fabrics came from. And we were literally sitting outside. She was trying to teach me the pronunciation. She was like, no, you got to get this right. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I'm going to get it right. I'm still working on it. So I'm just going to put the pronunciation of the origin of where these fabrics came from because I want to be respectful and make sure that I come correct. But this is where most of the fabrics came from. I am so grateful that she brought me back this fabric because a lot of this is silk and satin and sand wash, and it is gorgeous. Like, with the fabric she brought me, I almost feel like I need to start stitching up some loungewear, some nice pajamas or lingerie because this fabric is so like rich. It feels very luxurious, but this is like coconut silk, sand wash satin. This one is this one is the sand wash fabric, and then this one is just your regular silk satin. The difference is, I don't know if you all can tell, but this one has more of a sheen and a shine to it. It's super soft. I thought this was soft, but then I touched the sand wash satin, even softer. I don't know what I've been working with before. It's definitely been polyester. It does not compare to this. Like, this feels so good. Yeah, I've never worked with silk before, so if you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments section before I cut into it because words cannot describe how soft this is. And she also got me these kind of white, a little bit off-white colors because she wasn't quite sure what's my color palette because I'm a colorful girl. I like prints and patterns, and it's not just one color that I stick to wearing. But she also mentioned that I can dye these. So I might do a little bit of experimenting with dyeing these fabrics. I don't really know yet because they're just such great quality and they're super soft that I don't want to damage them in case I don't like the way the color turns out. So we'll see. I might do some experimenting with it, but no promises. This next fabric, just beautiful. This is a color blocked fabric. She was mentioning to me that the craft is kind of phasing out. It's not like a thing. It's not as traditional as it typically was, but she was explaining to me like what block printing was, and I also want to do more research into what went into block printing. But basically she was saying that a lot of block printed fabrics are done by hand, and I was just like, my mouth could have hit the floor because if you can only imagine what goes into making a garment, the time that it takes to make an actual garment, And then to just know that these designs were done by hand, and there's multiple colors, like there's like this purple color and then the white color, and to intentionally go back over the section so that way it just has this like this uniform print. I have mad respect for the people that do this. That I have to do more research into this because I just want to make sure that I make something that is super flattering with this fabric. Like, let me stand up and show you. Like each panel, there is a different print on each panel. And you can really get creative with, how you stitch this up and what you make out of it. This is a very sheer fabric, so I'm definitely going to have to line this when I do start working with it. And she was mentioning that I believe they make Lebanese out of this. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, this is just a very beautiful color, gorgeous print. I don't have much of this color in my closet, and so I want to sit with this for a little while before I cut into it, so that way I can, just do something really nice and flattering with this fabric. And I also want to make sure that I find a good lining to go underneath this. I'm definitely getting some type of dress I can make out of this fabric. It's a lot to work with. So whatever it is, I'll have enough. Maybe even a caftan. I don't know. I don't really have any plans set in stone for any of the fabric. I just know most of the fabric that I have is gorgeous, and I want to make sure that I make something fun with it. This is also a sand wash fabric. This is giving me khaki, not necessarily khaki, but it's in that color family with like the tan. It's like a tie-dye vibe. Really cute. Really cute. It's like a neutral, but still it gives you like a little bit of texture. It has a good drape. Again, very, very gorgeous, super soft. And one of these, I can't remember if she said all of them, but one of these is a coconut silk. What? I've never heard of coconut silk. Never heard of that before, but I now have some and I'm super excited to work with it. Let me sit this over here. Now, this next group of fabric I got from the fabric swap, and this one is a knit. It's a lightweight sweater knit. I really like the fact that it has a kind of charcoal gray, heather gray, or maybe even like black, but the base of it is like this like a charcoal gray, but then it has the details of the orange, the plum or purple, and like a burnt orange or burnt red and brown, like yarn detail going throughout this. And this is definitely giving me cozy cardigan vibes. So that's probably what I'm going to make out of this. This is about 2 3/4 of a yard, but it's a really wide cut fabric. I definitely have enough to make a nice cardigan out of this. Again, I don't have any set plans for any of this fabric. I just thought that most of this fabric that I have is just really gorgeous and I'm excited to work with it. This next fabric, I could not believe how much of each of this fabric was actually there at the swap. I've already started working with this. Actually made a knit top out of it, a basic knit top, but this is a beautiful chocolate brown. This is a very, very sturdy knit. It has a lot of stretch. This is definitely at least 4 or 5 yards of this fabric, so I have some material to work with. And yeah, this is some really good quality fabric. It's super stable, very sturdy. I can literally make like a collection out of this fabric. How much of it, there's so much of it, I can literally make a collection out of this fabric. So excited to work with this. It's a nice neutral solid color. I can do some things with this. I can work with this. So I've already cut into it. That's how excited I was about this. So this was also a great find. This next fabric, some of this fabric still has like tags on it. This is a stretch cotton shirting. And when I seen this fabric, I was like, immediately, I thought of a shirt. JLux Label, they actually have a shirt on their website very similar to this. So when I seen this fabric, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely thinking a nice collared blouse. I can definitely see a nice shirt being made out of this, but also because of the print of this fabric, it has like those almost like palm leaves. It's giving me tropical vibes. So I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to make some sort of vacation outfit out of this fabric? It's about 2 yards of it. So we'll see. I'm not cutting into this right away. I'm definitely going to sit with this and make sure that I have my mind made up about what I want to make with it. But this is definitely a fun, funky color. I like the contrast between the bright orange and that tan. It's a beautiful color palette. Beautiful. This next one is this green double gauze. Green is my color. I'm wearing some green today. I actually like sewing with double gauze. Again, a nice solid color. And the possibilities are endless of what I can make out of this. I can wear something, make something in the summer. I just like working with double gauze material. I don't know if you all remember, but I made a yellow set out of double gauze, and I'm glad I came across this fabric. This next piece of fabric is a silk as well. It's this kind of bright red, but I'm going to stand up again so you all can see. It's like 4 different panels, and it's like birds. It's purple, blue, green against this bright red backdrop. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. This is also like another rich, luxurious fabric that I can see maybe like a robe being made out of this. I'm like, whatever I make, this is going to be, it's going to be nice, just because the fabric in general is just, it's beautiful. I just want to make sure that I find the right pattern or outfit that will complement these beautiful prints and fabric. The next fabric that I have, y'all. Now, I recently, sorry, somebody's driving by and it is loud. Hopefully you can't hear it. I'm going to wait till they pass by. That's actually my son. Oh, he turned. He turned the song. He got some bass. I wish y'all can hear it, but I got to cut this out so I don't get flagged. But this next fabric is a wool. I'm super excited to work with this. It's a ton of it. It is this bright orange color, and it also has like gray along the end. But I went to the Superfine Tailoring Black Style Museum exhibit this year, and it got me really excited and motivated to start getting into stitching up some suiting. So I have some wool to work with. This is definitely giving me suit vibes, and I like that there's like this gray color across the bottom edge, across the selvage of the fabric, because maybe I'll line this when I make a suit out of this with gray, or maybe do like some color blocking. But really excited to cut into this fabric. This next Fabric, oh my goodness. I actually had no intentions on picking this fabric up. Like after we had took our group photo from everybody that was just there attending the fabric swap, I was just kind of standing next to it and a girl walked up to me and she was like, take it. And I was like, no, 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 I cannot. And she was like, yes, take it. And I was like, I've never stitched with lace before. And this is beautiful. This is also my color. I love pink, any shade of pink. And I was like, no, I'm not going to take it because I have like what? I've never worked with this before. So again, I'm going to do some research looking into how to stitch up lace, how to work with lace. I definitely have to line this. But she was like, what better time to practice with something when you get it for free? Like this is the best time to practice with this. So that way when I actually do buy some fabric that's lace, I'll know how to work with it. So I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to work with it. So I'm going to do some more research into how to work with this, how to stitch this up, kind of get some ideas of what I can make out of this. But I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Um, there was actually a woman who she was just downgrading her fabric stash and she just needed to start getting rid of some fabric that she was just sitting on. And she's like, make something with the fabric that you all are picking out today. Actually, the coordinator of the fabric swap, she gave like a little challenge because there's going to be another like meetup for people who, regularly participate in this group. And the challenge is to make something from the collection of fabric that the woman was giving away to actually stitch it, which I thought was so, well appreciated. It was so thoughtful because oftentimes, and even I'm finding it in myself as I begin to sew, a lot of the good fabric, which is all good, like if you like it, you get afraid to cut into it because it's good fabric. But it's like if you bought it, make something with it. Like now is the right time to make it. Like stop waiting on that special occasion. Like now is a good time to cut into the good stuff. So I love the way that she puts together these events. It's not like a lot of like commotion. It's very well orchestrated and facilitated, and people are really kind. It's like, you know what, if there's something that you're eyeing and you want it, take it. So I love that. So I have this pink lace that at some point I'm going to stitch up something nice with this. And the last fabric that I have here, this is kind of a blush pink with white pinstripes in it. Again, gorgeous. It still has a little note here. It's 4 yards of it. It's a poly blend. This is also giving me suiting vibes. And again, I'm really inspired by the exhibit I went to, so I'm going to try to make some sort of suit out of this. None of the plans I don't have set in stone for any of this fabric, but I do have some ideas of what I can potentially do with this fabric. I'm just in awe and super grateful that I have all of this fabric. And when I share these types of video, it's never like bragging like, ooh la la, look at me and all my fancy fabrics. Like someone actually mentioned in one of my sewing videos, she was like, I thought immediately as I seen your pieces that you probably spent a lot on fabric. And there are some instances and some cases where I have spent more than I probably should have on fabric, but this is not one of those cases. Like I'm still in awe and surprised that all of this fabric was free. It was either gifted from a friend or I picked it up at a local fabric swap. So if you are just now getting into sewing, I really highly encourage you to just kind of look into different meetups, community organizations, or just people that are into the things that you're into, because you might be surprised of what you'll come across, so that way you don't have to spend a ton. I know at my core, I'm a creative and I am really big on sharing resources, and I know how helpful it is to come across things that will help you within your creative process. So anytime I come across something that I think might be helpful to other people, I am right away going to share it, because I think we're meant to be here to share things and to share your gifts and your crafts with others. We're not here to just hoard on to our ideas and our gifts. Like, we're here to share our gifts with others and with the world. So I share this and encourage you to just check out locally what you have access to. And if you don't have access to like a fabric swap, this might be a cool time for you to start your own local fabric swap. You can get some ideas on maybe hosting this at your local library, community center, church, whatever. If you don't have something, like this accessible to you, create one. If you're watching this video, you're probably a maker. Create your own fabric swap, and it'll be a fun way and a cool way for you to connect with other people who are also interested in this craft. So that's all I have to share with you all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye.